In a world where information flows faster than ever, local leaders stand as the pillar of truth, integrity, and community.
We are students from JMARIANS College and we're assigned to interview local leaders, and we prepared some questions for you po. What is leader to you po?
Ayan. So once again, good morning. So allow me to introduce myself. I am Kagawad Christopher Pastoral. I am one of the council members here in Barangay Buhay Proper. So in my own perspective, I think a leader is someone who has a heart, especially dealing and helping with people. Especially here in Barangay, we are serving 24/7 and we are hearing lots of issues and concern with our people. I think we should have a heart, especially to listen, to help, lend our heart and hands to them, and most especially someone who is knowledgeable, of course. Here in Barangay Buhangin, Barangay is very big barangay in Davao City, so I think it is very necessary for someone leading a community with someone who's knowledgeable and also committed to address all the issues.
Question, do you consider yourself as a leader?
Ayan. So I think I consider myself as a leader because it's my career, and I started working in the barangay when I was 20 years old, but all in all, I started in the barangay 12 years old when I was a child representative, and until now, so it's already half of my years na nabuhi dito sa kalibutan. So I think I consider myself as a leader.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
Quality. So I think I consider myself as a servant leader because this career is not really that you are not compensated well, but we are compensated with gratitudes and satisfaction, especially when we know that we are solving the issue, when we know that the people are having this satisfaction with our service.
Thank you po. Next po is, do you believe a good leader is also a good follower, and
Definitely, yes. Definitely, yes. Because I think, and also in my own perspective, I have my mentors. So before I became a leader, I started to be someone who's just sitting over there, listening to talks, listening to people in my higher ranks, and of course, digesting all the information that I heard, no? And I use those information, I use those learnings, especially karon nga nagaserbisyo ko sa barangay. So thank you so much to all my mentors.
Is there a skill you wish to be done, and why?
As a public servant, we are serving barangay for 24/7. So, as a teenager, as a young adult, we have also our personal issues. We have problems, no, aside from career. So sometimes I forgot to separate my career, my personal life, and not all the time that my social battery is always on. So I would like to mold my interpersonal skills more so that I can still give my 100% to my people, and I can always give my smile to my people even ako yung mga problema sa balay. Thank you.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Well, guys, I told na 12 years old pa ako, nanak ko din sa barangay. So, I'm 28, so more than half of my life, nanak ko din sa barangay. So, I think, ako mga ingon din sa akong sarili is, I did well. You did well, no? And keep it up. Continue what you're doing because I can see big things ahead sa akong sarili. So, I'd like to push more and also continue the great things and be grounded as well.
Last question po. What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
Ayan, so hopefully, if you want to follow my path, no, I hope you are 100% ready. And my advice to to young generation, especially na millennial man ko, then kayo sa Gen Z ba kayo, diba? So, some of you, parang dami kayong opportunity na natatanggap and you have lots of access to make your life easy, and sometimes you tend to forget to balance it and trying to control yourself, that sometimes some of the young generation right now forget to have this humility and be entitled, and they tend to react to those advices na feeling nila gina-control na sila, but it is a form of helping them and to guide them and keeping them in the right track. So my advice is to keep yourself grounded and stay humble, because whatever the achievements na imong madawat sa kinabuhi, kung asa man ta maabot, humility will always be the key for you to still in the right pace of your life. So I think that's my advice.
What is a leader to you?
Well, that's a very interested question. A leader for me, there's a lot of when we say leadership, there's a lot of meaning about it. But for me, it's a leadership is to inspire and to empower individual to reach their full potential, and of course by guiding them, giving them the full vision or the clear sense of vision why you are there, what you are doing, and with that being said, they would know that what goal they should have. And another thing is a true leader creates a friendly environment where everyone can, express their emotion. A true leader have the attitude of having active listening, of course with collaboration with the individual, and what else? I think that's it.
Do you consider yourself as a leader?
Yes, actually, given the experience that I've had before having a business, I have a lot of experience about leadership. I think 6 years of experience being a supervisor in one company. So yeah.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
One thing that I can boast about character, about leadership, is having an integrity. It's about working honestly without everyone's looking. So that is very important when everywhere. That's a very big factor when we talk about leadership. Second is collaboration. It's very important when you are a leader. It's very important to check on your colleagues, to check on everyone in the team, of course, because by that you would know the aspects or the concerns of every individual. And of course, last thing for me is communication. Communication is very important. As that being said, communication is all about making yourself understand and to be understood, and of course understand them. So by having a pure or clear sense of communication, you can understand what they want, and they would understand what you want, for you to have that one goal in a team.
Do you believe a good leader is also a good follower? Why?
Yeah, of course, I do believe in I really believe in leadership, and followership is interconnected. One of the best example about it is the humility and respect. When we say humility and respect, as a leader, you have to know that so as a leader, you have to know when or what are the things that you cannot do. You have to understand that there's a lot of things that you cannot do, and by that you have team, you have colleagues, you can always ask them what to do, and if they know what to do, you have to follow them. It's not all about I am the leader, you should follow me. You have to understand that even if I am the leader, there are things that I cannot do, and one of my team can do it, so I have to follow them. So that's one of the example of interconnection of leadership and followership. So best example for me is the best leader will know when to follow and when to lead. Yeah.
Is there a skill you wish to hone and why?
Yeah, I wish if I would like to, if I have this one skill that want to hone, is that would be the emotional intelligence. So when we talk about emotional intelligence, it enables the leader to connect with the team, connect with individual through emotions. So by that, you can consider someone's feeling when you are making when you are on decision making, because as a leader you will be in charge on decision making. You will be the final verdict on what we need to do next, right? So having that emotional intelligence, you would consider them as well. It's not just like decision making, okay, this is what we need to do. You have to consider others too, right? So you can also create strong relationship with the team. So having strong relationship with the team, that would open up their feelings too. They can share their feelings, where we can assess, we can know where we can improve, because leadership is not all about perfection. Leadership is not all about authority. It's about service and inspiring, and of course, making them understand. And of course, you have to understand them too.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
That would be trust the process and do not be afraid to commit mistakes. I mean, to have mistakes, because when I was young, I still remember I have a lot of like memories of fear of failure. I don't know. I think one of the fear that me and my other generation also fear is is the failure. So I still remember that fear of failure, like, is the reason why I hold back. I am very afraid to have that mistakes. So I'd like to go back to my younger self and tell her that it's okay to have mistakes. You should have, but you have to learn for it. You have to understand that you never, you never lose. It's either you win or you learn. It's just like that. So yeah.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
In connection with the advice to my younger self, it's do not be afraid of failure and lead with kindness. Oftentimes in the past, I really remember how how the fear of failure embodies my whole being. So do not be afraid of failure, and when you have a dream, you have to have that grit, because believe it or not, or you want it or not, you will go through hardships, you will go through struggles. But some of us are really in love with the beauty of their dreams, but we hate the process. So we have to embrace that. Embrace the failures, learn from it, and then embrace the struggles, and then you have to have that grit. And if there comes a times that you are given an opportunity to lead people, lead with kindness. So when I say lead with kindness, of course you have to communicate with them, consider their feelings. It's not just authority. It's about connecting with them and embracing what you need to do as a team.
Can I call you Rose?
That will be all.
'Cause you're sweet like a flower in bloom. Can I call you Rose?
Okay. First question is, what is leader?
A leader is the one who lead with a group. Siyempre, you don't be a leader if it is not a group, di ba? Even there are three of you, then you lead the group or you become a leader. A leader who guide you to the right path, whatever goals and visions in your group.
Self-acceptance.
Well, everyone is a leader, di ba? Even in our home, we become a leader. Wherever we go, wherever we become within the group, we are also a leader.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
A good leader is also a good follower. You have the respect to one another. Because if you're a leader, una-una kang magbigay ng respeto sa kasama mo. No? Then, respect, love one another. No? A leader should have possess humanitarian hearts, cannot always imuhalan dyan igiit whatever meron kayo, but you have to consider the reason behind of an individual.
You believe a good leader is also a good follower?
Yes, of course. You cannot be a good leader if you will not be a good follower. You become a good leader because you are a good follower. How will you let your companion to follow you if you don't follow you yourself? You don't know how to follow.
Is there a skill you wish to hone and why?
In myself, yes, even though I am a leader, as myself, I need skills in what? Communication. More skills in communication, because as a leader, you need to communicate well to your companion.
Tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
I will tell myself before that thank you for kanang guiding me, and more explore in yourself being a leader. Read more, communicate more with others so that you may own yourself to become a leader. By communicating other people with more experience than you, that's one way of giving yourself improve yourself in leading a people.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
In this new generation, most of, as I observe, most of the generation nowadays is just, in regards to communication, you are using the media, kumbaga, nasuko mo, i-post ninyo, di ba? Nakagikalagutan, nalagot kasi imong mama, i-post nimo sa Facebook, in which it cannot help. No? One way, there is, makahelp siya ka naka-release ka sa imo ang kaugalingon. But, in other side, it can't help because wala nang kabalo ang tao nga imong gikasukan. You should tell, be frank, in a nice way, nga being a leader, dili ka pwede nga ang nasukukuan ni og nay tabot diretso din ka post sa imong FB. It can't help because in a group it should be a communication, two-way communication. Maminaw ka, masulti ka, and maminaw ka.
What's a leader to you?
For me, leader is the one who command or lead a group.
Do you consider yourself a leader?
Yes, because I possess self-awareness, respect, and compassion.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
For me, communication is the most important, and being a good listener.
Do you believe a good leader is also a good follower? Why?
Yes, to really understand the intricacies of a good or a great leadership, you need to understand and what it means to follow orders, direction for guidance.
Is there a skill you wish to hone and why?
Leadership and talent. For me, leadership and talent. Why? Because a great or a good leader is a journey of continuous learning and growth.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Don't worry, self. You are got in under control, and you did a great job.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
Be a good listener. That's all.
Thank you.
What is a leader?
A leader for me is the one who can listen and also follow. Because if you are going to lead a group, you have to listen to your members as well, and you also need to guide your members to achieve common goals.
Number 2, do you consider yourself as a leader?
Okay, I consider myself as a leader because all of us can be a good leader if we can achieve or we can acquire those qualities that you mentioned.
Here's question number 3. What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
Okay, the one who listens, the one who follows, the ones who
Here's question number 4. Do you believe a good leader is also a good follower? Why?
of course, because sometimes the leader should also listen to your members because collaborative effort can achieve goal efficiently and can have a greater opportunities for everyone, not just for the leader itself.
Question number 5. Is there a skill you wish to hone on and why?
Aside from skills in sports, because I've been in sports for how many years, I also want to hone my skills in reading. Yeah, just like my sister, because my sister is a reader. I want to possess also or hone my skills in reading.
Number 6. If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Okay, I could say that just follow everything and always remind yourself that nothing worth having comes easily. Need to achieve your goal while there are circumstances ahead, but don't stop and achieve.
Last question. What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
For those who want to follow my path, that do your best. Don't stop achieving. If you want to achieve something, work for it.
What is a leader to you?
For me, a leader is someone who inspires and guides others towards the common goal. They demonstrate integrity, make informed decisions.
As a master teacher, sir, do you consider yourself as a leader?
Yes, as a master teacher, I can consider myself as a leader. I can influence and inspire students and colleagues.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
For me, I consider the quality that I have and I should have as a good leader is to be a good communicator, to provide clear, concise, and helpful information to assist somebody. Every leader should know how to adapt, adjust, Since he is in position to deal with others.
Do you believe a good leader is also a good follower? Why?
Yes, a good leader can also be a good follower. Here's why. Leaders who have been followers can be a better understand the needs, concerns, and challenges of their team.
Is there a skill you wish shown and why?
Yes. For me, it is about improving how to interpret and respond to emotional cues on conversations. Could help me offer more empathetic and tailored support.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Well, if I could communicate my former version of myself, I would tell it to continually focus on improving contextual understanding and adapting to diverse needs of students and teachers.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
For me, for the future leaders, especially in the field of education, he should understand the emotions, needs, and challenges of those which he leads. No, compassion fosters trust, loyalty, and positive environment, driving better results. So for me, that is the challenge for the future leaders that would follow our footsteps as a leader in education.
What is a leader to you, sir?
Leader, one that will encourage us, its companions, and the one who will uplift and let our companions grow.
Sir? So do you consider yourself a leader po?
Yeah, sure.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
I believe that the qualities of a leader I got is I can let, as my statement earlier, is that the one who encourages, the one who will let his people grow, and yeah, I believe that I can do that. I believe that what knowledge I had is I can impart also to others.
Skill you wish to done and why?
The skill I had, I guess, patience.
Do you believe a good leader is also a good follower? Why?
Yes, of course. A good leader should be a good follower because not everyone is perfect. And a leader, there is always a hierarchy. So a leader, there is always a leader above you.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Be patient.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
But follow the path of the leader. Follow the path of becoming patient. Follow the path of making others people grow. Because not just everyone is equal. Maybe some people are faster, quicker.
What is a leader to you po?
A leader is pagdala sa akong mga tao para sila sa leader nga akong gampanan ng ako ang pagka-leader para.
Do you consider yourself as a leader?
Yes.
What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
Ang akong quality para sa pagka-leader para sa ka-leader nga para sa akong kaugalingon nga makuampot sa sila ba.
Is there a skill you wish to hone and why?
O na skill nga ma-improve ang pareho aning amo ang livelihood nga para ma-improve nga sa matag usa adunay maabot na mo sa matag tuig nga amo ang bahinon pareha.
If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Isip nga ako aduna po ko'y na human bisan ano lang gamay lang, pero sa akong pagkabata hantod karon na ka-improve.
What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
Akong advice sa mga bata karon na as a leader, dapat ilang ano lang, confidence sa sarili.
What is a leader to you?
Okay, a leader is someone who is leading the team, someone who is someone whose goal is to give the best for the team and to have the triumph for the team.
A second question po. Do you consider yourself as a leader?
Yes.
Number 3 po. What qualities of a good leader do you possess?
I am a kind of leader I am goal-oriented leader. I am very strict in terms of the time, and of course I do have a long patience, and I am creative.
A good leader is also a good follower. Why?
Yes, of course. First of all, you are not a leader if you are not a follower, because being a follower is the time where you are being shaped to be a leader, where you are being prepared to become a leader.
Fifth question po. Is there a skill you wish to hone and why?
Maybe the skills of being more creative.
Next question po. If you could tell your former self one thing, what would it be?
Maybe I would tell my former self that we are here now. We must strive for the best, and we should do our best.
Last question po. What advice would you give to the new generation who wish to follow your path?
Do some volunteering, of course, and when there's opportunity to become a follower, then follow your leader, and of course have the skills that a leader must possess.